Okay, so next up we're going to talk about radical equations. These are square roots, third roots, fourth roots, and so on and so forth. Different powers, other than just two or integers. So let's look at this. So the first thing it says the best way to do it is to isolate one of the radicals, square both sides. You may need parentheses, square, or FOIL and necessary, and then proceed like with combining like terms and solving equations. Then the last thing you have to do, you have to check and make sure that it does in fact not have extraneous solutions, which are solutions that appear that do not actually work in the real world. So if we have the square root of 3x plus 18 is equal to x. So first thing first, isolate the radical. Well, that's already isolated. The radical is the square root, so we square both sides. So this is 3x plus 18 is equal to x squared. Well, you've seen this before. These are 0 is equal to x squared minus 3x minus 18. And we can solve this by factoring negative 18 and negative 3. And therefore, this is negative 6 and positive 3. And so this is x plus 3, x minus 6. So this is 0 when x is negative 3. This is 0 when x is 6. And those are your solutions. Now, the last step said to check for extraneous solutions. So if we do the square root of 3x plus 18, well, there's one problem here. Square roots can never equal something negative. If you take the square root of a number, the lowest value you can do is the square root of 0, which is 0. And therefore, if I plug negative 3 into this x, that's bad. Negative 3 is extraneous. 6 must be the only one that works. And if you plug that in, square root, this is the square root of 18 plus 18 is equal to 6. Square root of 36 is equal to 6. So that one checks out. Okay. All right, so let's do number 13. So we have square root x plus 3 is equal to x minus 3. All right, so the radical is isolated. We're going to square both sides. Notice I'm putting parentheses. You should too. This is x plus 3. This is x minus 3 times x minus 3, which is x plus 3 is equal to x squared minus, I'm distributing 3x minus 3x plus 9, which is x plus 3 is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 9. I minus x minus 3. 0 is equal to x squared minus 7x plus 6. Okay, well, this actually factors. We have 6 and negative 7. That's negative 6, negative 1. X minus 6, x minus 1. And so x equals 6 or 1. Whatever makes this 0 and whatever makes that 0. Okay, so those are our values. Are they extraneous? We have to check. So remember our original is the square root of x plus 3 is equal to x minus 3. Square root of 6 plus 3 is equal to 6 minus 3, which is the square root of 9 is equal to 3, which is good. So 6 works. But if I plug in 1, square root of 1 plus 3 is equal to 1 minus 3, which is the square root of 4 is equal to negative 2, which is not good because this is actually just positive 2. So 1 does not work. 1 is extraneous, so 1 does not work. 6 is your only solution. All right, so there's 2 of those. Let's look at 25. X minus 5, x minus 8 is equal to 3. Okay, so in this one, we have not isolated either of the square roots, so let's do that first. We're going to add square root of x minus 8. And now we have x minus 5 is equal to 3 plus square root of x minus 8. Okay, so now we're going to square both sides. All right, so the left side's easy, x minus 5. And then we're going to square both sides. So we have 3 plus square root of x minus 8. 3 plus square root x minus 8. All right, so let's figure out what that is. That's x minus 5 equals 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times this is just 3 square root of x minus 8. Okay. And then we do it again. This times this is going to be plus 3 square root of x minus 8. And x minus 8 and x minus 8 is just going to be x minus 8. So positive x minus 8 because this x is positive. Okay. Combined like terms. So we have x minus 5 is equal to 9 plus 6 square root x minus 8 plus x minus 8. This is x minus 5 is equal to 1. That cancels with that. Plus 6 square root x minus 8 plus x. Okay, we're going to subtract x. We're going to subtract 1. So this is negative 6 is equal to... Sorry, this is 0. This is negative 6. 0 plus 6 square root x minus 8. Okay, divide by 6, and we get negative 1 is equal to x minus 8 square root. We square both sides. 1 is equal to x minus 8. Add 8. And x is equal to 9. So we only got one solution for this, but I think this one's extraneous because in this step here, we had negative 1 is equal to the square root of x minus 8, right? And so we know the square root cannot ever be equal to a negative, so that wouldn't work. So let's plug 9 in and see if it works. So if we plug 9, we have the square root of 9 minus 5 minus square root 9 minus 1 is equal to 3. Square root of 9 minus 5 is the square root of 2. Oops, square root of 4 minus square root. Did I write 1? That should be 8. Sorry. 1 equals 3. So 2 minus 1 equals 3. Does not work. So the answer to this one is no solution. Okay, there's nothing that solves that will give you the values that they've asked for. Now the last thing we're going to talk about are these ones. We have x to the 3/2 power equals 8. So I'm just going to move that down real quick. Okay. X to the 3/2 power equals 8. So what does that look like? So this is x to the 3rd square root is equal to 8. So to solve this, we're going to square both sides. X to the 3rd is equal to 64. Then take the 3rd root. And this gives us x is equal to 4. Okay, 2 ways you could do this. We could do this as... what would be the other way? Well, I typically want to take... Oh, I know what I mean. So we have x to the... So remember, since we're dealing with powers, x to the 3/2 equals 8. I could raise this to the 1/3 power. And then that tells us this is x to the 1/2 is equal to the 3rd root of 8, which is x to the 1/2 is equal to 2. And then I could go and square this, and I still get the same answer. So it's usually easier if you go and shrink the number first, because then you don't get these insanely large numbers later and have to deal with them. Let's do x to the 3/2 is 27. X to the 3/2 is equal to 27. So this is x to the square root of x to the third power is equal to 27. So we take the third root, x, the square root of x is equal to third root of 27 number that times itself 3 times is 27 is 3. And then I square both sides. X is equal to 9. In this case, you don't really have to check it, I don't think. But you might want to for good practice. Actually, these next ones I think you do. So let's do x minus 4 to the 3/2 is equal to 27. So I'm going to do the third root. So I have x minus 4 to the 1/2 power is equal to 3. Then I square both sides. Remember, this is the square root, so this is x minus 4 is equal to 9. And x is equal to 5. Oh, I'm sorry, this is plus. X is equal to 13. If we plug that in, we have 13 minus 4 to the 3/2 power. So that's 13 minus 4, that's 9 to the 3/2 power. So what do? This is actually just 9, the square root of 9 cubed, which is 3 cubed, which is 27, which is what the answer says it will be anyway. And so therefore we know we're good on this.